Hey everybody, it's your boy TKB, aka That King Boo. I know a lot of people have their opinions regarding Forspoken. However, for the people that like the game and want to be ahead of the curve, here are 11 tips and tricks you will need to make your life easier when playing Forspoken. If you're interested in seeing my review of the game, a link will be in the description below. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Now, let's get on with the video. The first tip I would like to go over is settings. Start by pausing the game and tap the settings. The first thing you want to do is to make your way to the controls menu, then go all the way down to trigger effect intensity. This will turn off the DualSense adaptive trigger. When you've been playing for a long period of time, you will notice your trigger finger become fatigued, and trust me, it will get really annoying. So if you don't want to get too much of a workout, make sure to turn this feature off. Since we're in the control menu, make your way up to left-right stick sensitivity. This increases your sensitivity of your left and right analog stick, so if you're experiencing input lag, adjust your left and right stick sensitivity to increase your response times. Remain in the settings menu and make your way to accessibility settings, and located at the very top is automatic item gathering. Turning this feature on is beneficial because the world of Athia is huge. It will get tiring when you repeatedly have to tap the triangle button to gather items and supplies. So if you want to make things a little easier when gathering, make sure to turn this feature on. Make sure to consistently press up on the D-pad to activate cuff scan. Whether you're roaming around or just got done defeating an enemy, make sure to scan the area. Doing so will highlight nearby chests, nearby enemies, NPCs you can talk to, items left by defeated enemies, and crafting materials. Also, before you face off against an enemy, use cuff scan to reveal the enemy's resistances and weaknesses. If you see the arrows on one of Frey's magics going upward, that means they are vulnerable to it. If the arrows are going downward, then that means they are resistant. When in doubt, always make sure to scan. Make sure to pick up Monopoles when you see them. They grant you 1 mana point each. Luckily, they are found in groups, so if you find one, there's a high chance that you will find more. Though you can obtain mana points when you level up, it's good to make gathering Monopoles a habit so you can unlock skills faster. If you accidentally choose the wrong spell, thankfully Forspoken allows you to convert most spells back into mana without any consequences. This is beneficial because it allows you to experiment so you can find the right spell that best suits your play style. Luckily, you don't have to be too picky when it comes to selecting skills if you consistently collect Monopoles. When a Fount of Blessing is revealed on your map, always make your way over there in order to gain a free spell. They offer movement or support abilities like Shimmy and Float. Abilities found in Founts are usually beneficial, so make sure to collect all 12 of them. If you take a look at your map, make sure to pay attention to the marker symbols. By completing the objective associated with the marker symbol, you will be granted a reward. By hovering the cursor over the gold icon with the purple marker right next to it, an info box will pop up and tell you what the reward will be. The plus symbol is increased experience. This fancy plus means mana. The arrow pointing down means archive entry. The stars mean a new spell, which are usually at Founts of Blessing. And the last 4 are stat increase, cloaks, necklaces, and nail design. In my opinion, these 4 are the most important marker symbols, because with high stats, combined with the right gear, will make a huge difference, especially towards the end of the game. So when you see these 4 symbols, always make it a priority to complete the objectives associated with it. Finding gear is extremely important in Forspoken. As you progress through the story, you will gain access to stronger gear and the perks that come with them. When these perks are unlocked, they can be used on different gear. For example, a cloak with stamina recovery on it can be applied to a different cloak and/or necklace. To find different cloaks and necklaces, travel to certain points of interest on the map that have the purple icon with the cloak and necklace symbol. If you really want to increase Frey's stamina and overall damage, make it a priority to complete spellcraft challenges. Once you hit a certain point in the story, you will gain access to bookcases that will be located in Sepal and in Pilgrim's Refuges. Besides the increase in stamina and damage, when completing spellcrafting challenges, abilities can also gain stamina regen, extended duration, and other additional effects that buff you in different ways. If you're interested in gaining more power, make sure to do your spellcrafting challenges. You will need that extra strength when going up against bosses such as the 4 abominations. Now let's talk about 2 important traversal abilities, and they are Shimmy and Rush. These two abilities enhance your speed and are beneficial when it comes to battling enemies and traveling across Athia. To perform Shimmy, tap the X button when using the flow ability. Frey will jump when her feet touch the ground and she is about to take another step. Tap the X button again to shimmy once more, then rinse and repeat. While using the flow ability to perform a rush correctly, tap the circle button right when the fire traveling down Frey's body begins to burn brightly between her calf and the bottom of her feet. Tap the circle button in order to activate and rinse and repeat. Shimmy and Rush will take some time to master, but once you get the timing down, you'll see the gameplay speed up, and trust me, it's a good thing. Also, make sure to complete the spellcrafting challenges for both of these abilities because they will deplete your stamina quickly. Completing them will allow these abilities to restore stamina and max stamina, so you can keep your momentum going. Now let's talk about fast traveling. The map of Athia is huge and it usually takes quite a bit of time to get from one point to another. So when you're traveling to a specific location, make sure to stop at Pilgrim's Refuge or Belfry Towers along the way in order to unlock the fast travel feature. As a bonus, the Pilgrim's Refuge allows you to craft, upgrade gear, access to spellcraft challenges, and to rest. When you use Cuff Scan at the Belfry Towers, it reveals nearby points of interest on the map. Now let's dissect the best part of Forspoken, and that is the combat. The first thing you want to master is the dodge roll. Though it can be very forgiving in the beginning of the game, when you near towards the end, the number of enemies increase, they are faster, and have widespread AoEs. If you're ever surrounded by a horde of enemies or you need to create space from a single enemy, make sure to use Cuff Counter. When Frey is struck by an enemy, there will be a moment where you will see a gold icon appear. When it does, tap triangle, Cuff will release a counter attack that will knock back enemies and will restore a portion of Frey's health. Last but not least is the spell combos. In my opinion, this is the most important thing to master because this allows you to do more damage. By holding the R2 button after using a certain spell or ability, you will release a quick fire burst of your highest level magic. So that means if your charge magic is fully leveled to the third and final charge, when performed correctly, it will bypass the first two charges, instantly charging to the third one. When released, it does massive damage to the enemy. This effect can be triggered by attack magic casting during parkour, attack magic after casting a certain number of spells, support magic, and dodge rolling. That would be it for today's video. If you like what you see, please be sure to like and subscribe. If I have missed any tips, let me know in the comments section below because your tips could help me and others during our Forspoken playthrough. Before I forget, make sure to tap that notification bell in order to stay up to date on new content. Stay safe out there, and I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.
Even if you find yourself with nowhere to turn and no clue where to go or what to do next, you can't give up hope. You might think there's nothing left to live for, that nobody cares. But the truth is, you matter, even when you can't see it. Granted, you might fuck up along the way, but you'll find your way home in the end. I promise, I did. And look at me now, huh? Tanta Frey, daughter of Sinta, protector of Athia.